Before we begin, if you love dark folktales, haunted legends, and terrifying stories from around the world, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who enjoys a good scare. Because tonight's story is about a village that does not exist during the day, but every night, at exactly midnight, it returns. Deep in the countryside, far away from the noise of cities and busy roads, there is a lonely stretch of land surrounded by thick forest. Travelers avoid this place, not because of wild animals, but because of a story whispered among villagers for generations. They say that once every night, when the clock strikes 12 o'clock a.m., something impossible happens. An entire abandoned village appears out of the darkness. Old houses, broken wooden fences, a dusty marketplace, even a silent church with a cracked bell tower. But when the sun rises, the village vanishes completely, as if it was never there. Hundreds of years ago, the land was home to a small peaceful village. The people were farmers and fishermen. They lived simple lives, but they shared one dark secret. Every year, on the same night, the village performed a forbidden ritual. They believed that deep within the forest lived an ancient spirit, a spirit that could grant them wealth and protection. But the spirit demanded something in return, a human sacrifice. For years, the villagers obeyed, until one night, everything went terribly wrong. One year, the villagers chose a young girl as the sacrifice. She was only 16. When they brought her to the forest shrine, she begged them to stop, but the elders refused. As the ritual began, the girl screamed a curse into the darkness. Her final words were said to be, "If you take my life, none of you will ever rest again." The moment the ritual ended, the ground began to shake. The sky turned black. A violent storm swallowed the entire village. And by morning, the village had completely disappeared. No bodies, no houses, nothing, just empty land. Years passed. People forgot the tragedy, until one night, a traveler passing through the forest saw something strange. Where there had once been nothing, there was suddenly a village standing in the moonlight. Curious, the traveler walked inside. But something felt wrong. The houses looked old, the streets were silent, and the air was cold, unnaturally cold. Then he saw them, people walking slowly through the village, but their faces were pale, their eyes empty, and their movements unnatural. They were the spirits of the cursed villagers. The traveler tried to leave, but the road had disappeared. Every path led deeper into the village. Then he heard something behind him. Footsteps. Slow, dragging footsteps. He turned around and saw a young girl standing in the middle of the road. Her clothes were torn. Her eyes glowed faintly in the dark. She whispered, "You should not be here." The traveler asked her what this place was. The girl pointed to the church tower. The clock read 12:43 a.m. She said quietly, "When the clock reaches 1, the village will claim a new soul." Terrified, the traveler ran. He ran through empty streets, past broken houses, past silent ghosts watching him from the shadows. The village seemed endless, but finally, he saw the forest again. As he crossed the edge of the land, the church bell rang. Once, twice, 3 times. When he turned around, the entire village was gone. Only empty land remained. The traveler survived, but he never returned to that forest again. And before he died, he left a warning. If you ever see lights in the forest at midnight, do not go closer, because if you enter the village that appears at midnight, you may never leave. Some people say the village is still there, waiting in the darkness, waiting for the next traveler. And if you ever hear a church bell ringing deep in the forest at midnight, run, because the abandoned village has appeared again.